Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Maligator Mom, and today is going to be a super quick and easy tutorial type video. So as a novice getting involved in French ring, there's a lot that I'm learning. And so one of those things is I'm learning what I wanted to use from my retrieve. I had to decide, and I decided to go ahead and go with the sock. I know there's a few other options. You can do like an eyeglass case and that kind of thing, but I went for the sock. And I didn't know how to fold the sock for French ring, and so I had to go figure that out online. And I thought what I would do is go ahead and do a quick tutorial, because if you're like me, then you might be in the same position and you don't know how to fold your sock for French ring. So basically that's what this video is going to be. Very quick and easy. So let's go ahead and get started. Obviously the first thing you're gonna need is a pair of socks. So I went with the Nike Academy Knee High, more traditionally referred to as just like a soccer sock, because soccer socks are typically like up above the knee, right? So you need really long socks to accomplish this. I chose the color red because I just like the color red, but a lot of people actually go with yellow, like that bright neon yellow, because a lot of people think that dogs can see that color better. Now I don't know if that's true or not, but I do know that enough people believe it that a lot of them do it. So, but I went with red for myself. So let's get started. The first thing you're gonna do is turn your socks inside out, okay? So turn it inside out, just like that. Take the second one and turn it inside out as well, okay? The next step is to put your sock inside of the other sock, okay? So try to kind of line it up and put your sock in here. And make sure that it's as tight as you can make it go. So make sure it's nice and tight. And try to have it pretty much lined up the way that the other one is. Okay, and just be pulling. And then pull this down nice and tight. Okay, so now we have one sock inside of the other, okay? The next step is going to be starting the roll. So now that you have your sock inside of each other, you're gonna just start to roll your sock. But from the very beginning, you wanna make sure that you are rolling your sock very, very tightly, okay? That's the trick to this, is to keep the rolling very tight. And one way that you can accomplish that is that as you are rolling, okay, every once in a while, just kind of pull down to get that nice and tight. That makes sense. So that's what you're doing. And you just keep rolling. And I've seen these socks be different sizes, and I've seen different techniques to rolling their sock as well. This to me seemed like the easiest, most practical way, and I actually like the way that this looked pretty well. What they say is that the sock has to be the size of your fist, but I have really small hands. It seems like, you know, that's a pretty broad definition of size. So again, a lot of people have different ways to do this, but I thought this way looked pretty simple, and so as a beginner, I felt like this was a good way for me to provide her retrieve item and be able to do it myself. So this is just gonna take a little time, and that's okay. Just again, make sure that every so often you're making that roll very, very tight. Okay, because that's the secret, is like it has to be very, very tight. You don't want a bunch of slack or bubbling as you're rolling. You don't want a bunch of extra fabric. So it is a little bit time consuming, but that's okay. So I'm finally kind of coming up on the part that says dry fit, which means it's gotta be close. Gotta be close. But the end is where you really need to pay attention and make sure that it's tight. So you gotta take your time here at the end. You just do, if you want it to be right. So just take your time. Keep tightening the end. It's important. I've got it about as tight as I can get it. So it's about as tight as I can make it go. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it meets the dimensions. It says dry fit on it. That's kind of cool, right? So here it is. Here is the finished product. This is your rolled sock. I'd say it's about the size of my fist. And you can just kind of, over time, flatten this down a little bit so it's not so much of a potato. I guess this actually looks more like a tomato, huh? But anyway, so there it is. Here is the finished sock, okay? So that is how you roll a sock for French ring. See you next time.